Welcome to day 49 of the Great Summer Login. Good morning. Let me officially welcome you to this new vlog. I can't believe that I'm already on week 8 of the challenge. Time has been flying by and I'm kind of surprised by the fact that I haven't given up on myself already, because I know that old me would have given up. I've had to overcome some obstacles and I know that in the past I probably would have just given up and be like, oh, you know what? It's too hard. Let me not do that. Now I like to remind myself that nothing changes if nothing changes. And if I'm tired of looking this way, of feeling this way, I need to push myself and make sure that I am doing everything that I can to become the healthiest and best version of myself. And that's what this challenge is all about. Today's actually Monday. I'm gonna get started on with my meal prep. I have the day off from work because on Wednesday there's Canada Day, and so my office decided to close on Monday instead to give us an extra long weekend, which I'm not mad at, I'm not gonna lie. So as I was saying, I am going to get started on my meal prep because I need to bring lunches to the office. I only have 3 lunches to prep, but I'm gonna be bringing 4 just because sometimes I like to have an extra one either for when I'm home or for dinner sometimes if my parents are not in the mood to cook. That way I'll have something that I can rely on. So my recipes for this week are going to be a street corn chicken rice bowl as well as an orzo bowl. It's going to be very simple. We're just going to be cutting up some veggies, prepping the carb, and then the chicken I already have in my fridge stocked and ready to go. So it's going to be mostly just assembling, and that's what I've learned with meal prepping. I don't like it when it's too complicated. As someone who does not love to cook, I need it to be simple yet healthy and help me achieving my goals. And so that's exactly what I'm hoping these recipes will do. They're both new, so I've never tried them, but you know what? I feel like the ingredients are good, and so I should not be in a situation where I don't like it or it doesn't keep me full. I'm currently packing everything that I need to bring to go to my parents this week, and this is the food that I'll be bringing. So over here, I have the 2 recipes that I meal prepped earlier today. So first we have the street corn rice bowls. So this has rice, tomatoes, corn, some barbecue chicken, and some light sauce that I made myself. And then this one is the orzo chicken salad. So this is orzo, shredded carrots, cucumber, edamame, chicken, and some light Italian dressing. Then for breakfast, I'm bringing these Premier protein frozen pancakes. These are great on the go. I'm also bringing some Honeycrisp apples for my morning snack. I also have some Greek yogurt. So this is the Oikos raspberry pomegranate, and I'm also bringing the peach mango flavor, which is my absolute favorite. And finally, I have some Quebec strawberries. I bought those earlier last week and I need to use them up before they go bad, and so I'll be using them to pair with the pancakes. It's time for dinner. My dad is out for a run and my mom is not home. She's at my grandma's. So I'm going to be using one of the meals that I made today during my meal prep session. I made an extra one exactly for this purpose, so we're going to be using it.
Two best friends that live together were following specifically.
Good morning. It's kind of early. It's not even 6:30 a.m. yet, but I am getting ready for work. I already have my outfit on. I'm wearing what I like to call my Kim Possible outfit. So I have a black t-shirt on with a pair of khaki pants. Everything is from Old Navy. If you ever ask, this is most likely where my clothes are from. I just find that I tend to find things that fit me and also like just good basics. So I also did my hair and I decided to tie it up today because it's supposed to be a really warm day, and that has brought on a bit of insecurity on my part. Summer has always been a season that I've kind of dreaded as a kid for two reasons. One, my hair. I know a lot of you guys love my hair, but as a kid, I always had a lot of hair, even now. And my hair is kind of curly. I say kind of because it's not like the curliest hair you've ever seen, but it is curly. And as a kid, I didn't really know how to style it or how to manage it. And so my hair was very poofy, very big, very voluminous, but not necessarily a lot of curl. It was mostly frizzy because I didn't have a hairdresser that knew what she was doing. And so I've gotten comments before about how I looked like a mop or whatever, like how my hair was just not the greatest feature about me. And even then, like I didn't really know how to style it. To this day, every time I have to tie my hair up, I'm always kind of struggling because I don't love the way that I look with my hair up. Like this is the only hairstyle that I feel kind of confident in, but other than that, I kind of hate it. And like every time in the summer, I just cannot keep my hair down. Otherwise it just starts sweating like crazy. So yeah. Oh, by the way, skincare wise, I'm using the Dr. Jart Plus Ceramidin Skin Barrier Moisturizing Eye Cream underneath my eyes. And then as my moisturizer, I'm using the Glow Recipe Plump Hyaluronic Cream. These are the two products that I use like every single day, morning and night. And then I already have washed my face just with cold water this morning, and now I am about to do my sunscreen. I'm currently testing out the Biore UV Aqua Rich Weightless Moisturizer. To come back to what I was talking about, summer has always been a season that I've dreaded as a kid, like I said, because of my hair. But even as an adult, I've never really loved summer. I just don't love feeling uncomfortable, and I feel like summer is one of those seasons where I'm always uncomfortable in some capacity. Let me just get my makeup. So I'm starting off with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. This is going to be my base, I guess, like my primer, but I do need to let my sunscreen kind of dry a bit. While I do that, I can talk to you guys. So what I was going to say is I just feel like I am always uncomfortable in the summer, first because you have to show a lot more skin, and it's not that I'm uncomfortable showing skin, it's just that when you're in a bigger body, you're just not comfortable showing more of yourself. I feel like during the colder months, it's easier to hide myself behind my clothes, and I feel like I've learned how to dress for my body type. But in the summer, I always struggle, whether that's finding shorts that fit or like having my thighs rubbing together whenever I'm walking because I'm wearing shorts, right? Or the fact that I'm like very sweaty all the time. I just don't feel comfortable. I feel like there's more of myself on display. And I'm not gonna lie, yesterday I had one of those moments, like one of those times where I was low-key breaking down because I hated all of the clothes in my closet. I just didn't like the way that I looked in anything, and I ended up just dressing myself and getting myself over it. But I feel like though that feeling of not loving myself and struggling with, you know, dressing up and everything is more prominent in the summer, especially with the heat. I feel like when it's not that warm, like when we have a mild summer day, I'm fine with that. I can usually find something that I will enjoy, but I just find that finding clothes that I love when it's warm is very tough for me. So yesterday I went on a little bit of a shopping spree. I ordered a bunch of clothes, mostly shorts and also t-shirts, because I'm finding that I don't love any other ones that I have right now. I've been really loving more, I guess, baggy stuff, like oversized fit. And I have a lot of skin tight clothes, which might seem counterintuitive, but I feel like whenever you have a bigger body, you just don't want to feel bigger. And so wearing boxy clothes is just not a move. I always have been someone who would, even now you can kind of tell that I'm wearing like clothes that are maybe a little bit more form-fitting, because there's no way that I want to make myself bigger on purpose, you know? So my foundation is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. Love this stuff. But what's funny about this is that I don't mind wearing skin tight clothes when it comes to working out. I've always kind of questioned why, but I think now that I'm thinking about it, it's that I know that whenever I'm wearing workout clothes, it's usually because I'm working out, right? I do wear workout clothes at home when I'm lounging, but usually if I'm out and about wearing those clothes, it's because I'm moving my body in some capacity. And I feel like if people are going to judge me for my size and I'm wearing workout clothes, at least they'll know that I'm working towards becoming healthier, skinnier, and just more fit in general. So maybe that's why it doesn't bother me as much, because I definitely could wear like baggy oversized clothes to go to the gym or to go for a walk outside or whatever. But I find that that doesn't bother me as much because I'm working actively towards becoming a better version of myself and people can see it. Whereas if I'm just wearing like regular clothes and I'm putting myself on display, right, I find that people are going to judge me, and that is something that is always on the back of my mind. Even when I feel confident in my outfit, like I always think, oh, maybe my stomach is showing too much here, maybe my thighs are too much on display. Like, I don't know, I just struggle a lot. I've always struggled with self-confidence and like being insecure, but I feel like even more so during the summer, those feelings come out stronger than during the fall and the rest of the year. So yeah, all of that to say, I struggled a bit yesterday, and even this morning I'm looking at myself and I'm like, oh God, don't love what I see. But it's fine. I mean, it's a learning process, and in order to become the best version of myself, I have to start learning who I am and what I look like, because that person is going to be me. Whatever happens, that's me. So I cannot just hate myself all the time. We're not going to achieve anything by hating ourselves. So I'm trying to just find ways to, you know, love the way that I look, love the way that I dress, but it's tough. It's not always easy. Anyway, concealer is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. That's one of the reasons why I feel like I always have, especially when I go to the office, but even at home, I always like to at least look somewhat put together. I feel like I don't need to have my makeup done all the time. I do for the office. I prefer having my makeup done. I feel like it's, if I look better, I tend to feel better. I guess I just wanted to yap a bit because I've had kind of a lot on my mind about all this whole like insecurity thing the past couple of days, and because of the weather that we've been having, I feel like it's stronger than usual. And so I guess I wanted to share, because I'm sure if you're also on a health journey, my blush is the Rare Beauty like liquid blush. This one's in the shade Joy. But if you're also trying to lose weight or just trying to become healthier, and maybe you're in a place of insecurity with your body, I'm sure you get it. So I thought maybe I'm not the only one who feels this way, and I hope that this week, even though like it's warmer, it's probably gonna make me feel not good enough, I'm hoping that I can still make the most out of it and continue to work on myself and be motivated and not let that affect me too much. But you never know, right? It's always a little tough. Mental health is such a tricky thing, because sometimes I'll feel great and then suddenly I'll just feel terrible. So it's hard to control. I'm trying to become better at it. So now I'm just putting a little bit of bronzer in my crease. Makes me look a little bit more natural. I don't do a lot of makeup, honestly, anymore. I try to keep it very natural. I'm using the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil as far as my bronzer goes. I just use bronzer. And I think last is mascara. My mascara right now is the Big by Definition from the Sephora collection. I don't love it. It's okay, but I find it's very wet, very liquidy. I don't love the way it makes my lashes look. Wow, almost dropped that. All right, so now I'm gonna go grab breakfast, and then I need to pack my lunch, and then I'll be ready to leave. It's so early. It's only 6:38, and usually this step that I just did, I would do at about 7:15. So I have a lot more time. I might be able to get into work earlier and therefore leave earlier. That would be great. Good evening. I feel like today happened in the blink of an eye. I was super productive and locked in, but it does mean that I did not manage to capture footage as I was getting things done. I just completely forgot, to be honest, so I'm sorry. But I did manage to cross off quite a few tasks of my list already. So I did get my movement done. I went on an outdoor walk with my mom. We walked to the grocery store because my mom needed a couple of things for the week. So we walked, and that way we hit two birds with one stone. In terms of my water, I'm actually kind of behind. So I have finished one 40-ounce water bottle, so we're at least halfway through, and I am currently making my way through a 20-ounce water bottle, which I've been using with flavoring drops. So these are my absolute favorite right now. I got these at Walmart. They're just a great value liquid water enhancer in the flavor strawberry watermelon, and I've been completely obsessed with these. I feel like whenever I want something that is not water, I love using this at work specifically, so I'll always carry them with me in my lunch bag, and that way I always have something on hand to flavor my water. Sometimes I'll use electrolytes, and I did bring some with me because I know this week is going to be warm and I may need to be even more so hydrated than usual, but today I didn't really need them and I was just in the mood to drink this, and it's so good. Love it. It's 0 calories, makes me drink more water. Love it. And if you're looking for a way to drink more water, use flavoring drops. It's less boring, it makes it more exciting, and personally I really love these. My sister put me onto them and I really love them, so I'll definitely need to repurchase them because I'm noticing that I'm getting low, and that tells you that I'm using it every single day, and you don't need a lot, so love that. But I do need to still drink at least 20 ounces of water to hit my 80-ounce water goal, so we'll need to chug at least half of this and then finish this one, which honestly I'm almost out of. So otherwise, the only other task that I need to get done by the end of the day is my reading. So I'm currently reading The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare. I am on page 311. I've been making my way through this one, and I thought I would finish it yesterday, but I didn't because I was really locked in on doing all things YouTube, and even tonight I ended up like editing and responding to emails. For some reason I was in the mood to just do a little bit of social media work, so that's what I did when I returned from the walk. But now we do need to get our reading done, and I will also count that towards my doing something for myself after work that does not involve a screen, because we have yet to do anything about that. Good evening. I was trying to film this clip from a different angle and I completely wrecked my room in the process. So basically I have this tripod, right, that has a sticky tab on the back so that I can stick it to any surface. Tonight I tried to stick it to a wall, and when I took the tripod off the wall, the paint came off with it. It completely messed up the wall. I'll insert a clip of what it looks like here, but I am mortified. Like, I had to go up to my dad and be like, hey, so I wrecked my room while I was filming. Oh my god, I can't believe that this happened to me, and this makes me very wary of using this again, because I've used this before with no issues, but now I'm like, okay, if it didn't once, it could definitely do it again. So we might not be using this anymore, although it's been practical in the past, and I think on certain surfaces it might still be fine, but I think I'll avoid using this on walls in the future because I cannot have that happening again. That was embarrassing, mortifying. Anyway, I am home from work. I did change into my workout clothes because the goal is to go for a quick outdoor walk with my mom. I was initially planning on working out inside tonight because it's very hot outside, but my mom decided to go on an outdoor walk, so I'm gonna go with her. I think we should be leaving in about 10 minutes. In terms of the challenge, I am still making my way through my water. I'm currently 60 ounces in, so I only have 20 ounces left to drink in order to reach my 80-ounce goal. We're doing well on that front. I'm not worried about it. And so the only task that I have left to complete for today is my reading, which I'll be combining with the doing something for myself after work that does not involve a screen. I'm actually kind of in a reading mood, so I kind of want to just sit down and binge something. Let me give you a quick little book update. I did finish reading The Red Scrolls of Magic yesterday, which I'm giving a 4 out of 5 stars to. To me, this book is pure dilly-dallying. It's a side quest for sure. It's definitely not something you have to read if you're reading the Shadowhunter universe, although it is a fun one. It's something that I think will help you understand the characters better, and especially the beginning of Alec and Magnus's relationship. But do you absolutely have to read it? No. And I think you could push it back and read it much later on. I personally decided to pick it up now in my reread because this is what is recommended by Simon Teen. That said, I personally think you should wait until you've read The Infernal Devices to pick this one up, because there are certain cameos and character mentions that I think you'll enjoy more once you've read The Infernal Devices. Because this is a reread for me, it wasn't that big a deal. I still enjoyed it. I love the cameos. But if it's your first time in the Shadowhunter universe, I would wait until The Infernal Devices. This takes place right before or at the same time at the beginning of City of Fallen Angels, which is book 4 in the Mortal Instruments series, but I would wait until reading The Infernal Devices, which is going to be my next reread. So definitely enjoyed it. I think it's fun. I don't think it's necessary, but I did enjoy my time reading it. So now that does mean that I have to pick my next read. And I did bring quite a few options with me because I didn't know what I was going to be in the mood for. I kind of have 3 things that I've been considering, and so I guess tonight we'll have to pick one. Let me just share with you the books that I have on my stack right now. First, I have Atomic Habits. This is a book that I've been wanting to pick up for a while. I also have the audiobook for it, which would be great. It would allow me to do either like a more immersive immersive reading situation, or also just be able to listen to this while doing other things. So I might get started with this, but I'm not sure if tonight I'm in the mood for nonfiction, but it's definitely something that I want to get to soon. And then in terms of my fiction reads, first I have One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I think this book would be perfect right now because it is so warm and it's so summery. I've heard absolutely incredible things about this book specifically. A lot of people who didn't love the other books that Carly Fortune has released loved this one, and personally I've enjoyed a lot of Carly Fortune's releases so far, so I am definitely looking forward to it. This one is kind of a sequel or a companion novel to Every Summer After, and I've been meaning to read this ever since it came out, but I'm kind of envisioning reading this outside on my patio. Like, I think this could be the perfect pick for this weekend, so I'm not sure if I'm in the mood to start this tonight. I am tempted because I feel like it would be perfect for right now, but also I do have kind of a vibe or mood that I'm envisioning while reading this, and I'm not sure if here in this environment is it. So TBD on that front. And then I have The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This is a reread for me, okay? I read this series, I want to say 8 years ago, maybe more. And I want to reread everything that Sarah J. Maas has released before the release of the next ACOTAR book. So I will have to reread Throne of Glass. I've never picked up Crescent City, so that would be next. And then after that, I would reread ACOTAR in time for the new release. I've been wanting to pick this series up again, especially since this one has been so long since I've read. For some reason, I don't remember much from it. Like, I remember some of it, but I don't know. I just feel like this could be fun for me to start this reread, but at the same time, I am currently in the middle of another big series reread, so do I really want to commit to something like this? I'm not sure. One thing is, this time around, I'm going to be doing the other recommended reading order. So the first time I read the series, I read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, and then The Assassin's Blade, but the other reading order recommends that you start with this one, and then basically a chronological reading order. So you start with this, and then just start with the rest of the series. The advantage with this one is that it's a short story collection. So they're all novellas, and so I could just pick one up tonight and try to make my way by reading maybe one a day. So I might get started with the first story tonight, see how I feel, and then otherwise I can maybe pick this one up. But I'm thinking maybe I'm going to lean towards this one. I think it's time for me to start my reread, especially with the release of ACOTAR 6, which is in October. I need to get started if I want to make sure that I can read everything in time for the release of the next book. So I think it might be time for this one. I'm home and my God, I am so glad to be back. It's 8:30. I am freshly showered. I've been home for about an hour, but now I need to get started with completing my tasks for today because I am not done with the challenge. So first I need to get my movement in. I think I'm just going to do a stretching routine tonight because honestly, there's no way I was going to brave this heat, to be honest. But also, I just feel like I deserve a little break. So we're going to do the same video that I do every single time. I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to check it out. I love it. This is the same one that I do every single time. And honestly, I am just obsessed with it. It's so relaxing. I feel like it does all the moves that I would want to do. And so I really love this routine. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And then I need to get my reading done. We're going to do that in bed. I am going to continue reading The Assassin's Blade. Ideally, I'd love to finish the first novella tonight, which by the way, last night I said that it was a short story collection. I was wrong. It's a collection of novellas. So slightly different. That means that the stories are longer. They're short novels instead of being short stories. So just a little amendment here. And then I need to finish my water. But honestly, this one I'm almost done with. I only have about, I want to say like 10 ounces. I can see that I barely have any water left to drink. So I'm going to try to do all of that before I lose power because honestly, it's been storming outside. I think with this heat, we were meant to have some kind of storm later, but it's been rainstorming and the lights kept on flashing earlier. So I took a shower quickly, but now I want to make sure that I get my tasks done before I lose power because I could see that happening. Good morning and happy Friday. I woke up feeling like it was a very happy Friday indeed because first I was able to shower and wash my hair, which I've been wanting to do for, I kid you not, like 3 days straight. I feel very clean and finally ready to like just go back to my usual self. I just prefer my hair to be down and the heat is finally slowing down a bit. It's still very warm today, but I think starting tomorrow we'll be going back to more normal temperatures for this time of year. So thank God. But then two, I also woke up to the lowest weight that I've been in, I kid you not, like 2 years. And it's the lowest weight that I've been since I've started this weight loss journey. I am finally at 194.3, which means that I am officially 10 pounds down from when I started this weight loss journey back in February. To me, this is crazy because I feel like I haven't been seeing that much progress, especially because my progress has been very slow. And granted, I haven't been the most dedicated when it comes to my weight loss journey. I think I was more disciplined, especially at first. And then, life happened and it just kind of went away for a bit. But doing this challenge, I've lost 5 pounds, which means that I'm losing about 0.5 pounds a week, which is very normal and very healthy. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, overall, it just feels very exciting to be at the lowest weight and to have officially lost 10 pounds. Like, this is crazy to me. But you know what? Still progress is still progress, and at least it means that it's sustainable for me. So I'm happy. I just feel like celebrating. I don't know how exactly. I've been thinking that maybe I should reward myself with a little bit of a book shopping trip. I am thinking of getting the Infernal Devices so that I can continue on with my Shadowhunter reread, but I don't know. I have this challenge where I'm not supposed to buy anything, so I may wait a while. Anyway, all of that to say, I'm very happy today, and I just got off work. It's currently 11:47, and now I'm actually about to head over to the grocery store. I really need to just get a couple of fresh items, first for my meal prep for next week, and then also because I'm realizing that I want to make this salad for lunch. I'm lacking when it comes to fresh produce especially, so I want to go stock up and maybe see if I can find something for dinner as well. I do have an idea in mind, but I don't know if I'll be able to make it happen, so we'll have to see what they have in stock. I'm back and this is my quick little grocery haul. So we have some asparagus, some Savoura cocktail tomatoes. These are so good and juicy. I'm obsessed. Some mini Oreos, sugar-free chocolate pudding for whenever I need a sweet treat, chicken breast for my meal prep. I also got this slow roasted shredded chicken for meal prep, some steaks because I'm kind of in a mood to do steaks. I'm gonna try to cook them at home for the very first time. I've been kind of craving steak for some reason, so we're gonna try that. I got 2 Alanis because I am currently running low. So I have Orange Kiss and Juicy Peach, and those 2 are some of my favorite flavors. Some mini cucumbers, Quebec strawberries. These look so good. I'm so excited. I also got 2 bags of fries from Cavendish. The first one is the Flavor Crisp Classic Straight Cut Fries. These are my absolute favorites. And then I was also in the mood to try the crinkle cut fries, so I decided to get those as well. And finally, we have some broccoli. Let me put everything away and then I'll get started on lunch. I think today I'm in the mood to do this salad that I've been completely obsessed with recently, and I'm gonna be enjoying that with, of course, a Diet Coke.
She's moved it to the next level. Well, girlfriend needs to move.
So I did a bad thing. I ended up spending the entire day on my couch watching Sex and the City. And the thing is, I don't even feel good about it. I feel ashamed. I don't feel good physically or mentally. And I just wish that I hadn't just wasted an entire day on something that honestly is just not serving me. And the thing is, last summer, that was me. When I was at the rock bottom, when I was at my most depressed, when I was burnt out, I was just spending and wasting, honestly, my days away on my couch watching television all the time because this was the only way to avoid my problems and make me feel something, I guess. Now I'm kind of, I guess, reverting back to that behavior, at least today. And I'm not saying that I'm back to where I was, but it's just say that it kind of reminded me of that. And God, it's making me realize how much my life has changed and how much I have changed. I feel like that used to be like the highlight of my day. Like having a day where I could do just nothing used to be such a treat, something that I looked forward to, something that I was craving all the time. But now I'm just like, you know what? I just wasted my day away. I don't feel good about it. I kind of wish that I had done something a little bit more productive with my time so that even though it wouldn't have felt maybe as restful in a way, although I'm not even sure that that's true, but at least I would have felt like I was getting something done and getting closer to my goals. So anyway, I did end up doing some small things, but let's just say that this hasn't been the most productive days and I don't want to repeat that again. So I did get my movement done. I'm also done with my water, so at least we have some of the tasks complete. However, I still need to get my reading done. I am currently still making my way through the Assassin's Blade. I am currently on page 44, so I have not been making a lot of progress since I first started this, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really into it. And I don't know if it's because it's been a while and I just need to get back into the book and the story and the characters. I need to get reacquainted with them. It's been so long since I read this series, and I don't know, maybe it's that, but I also just feel like this is making me wish that I was reading a Shadowhunter book instead. So the itch of rereading something that I thought I would get out of this, it's just not hitting the way that I wanted to, and I just wish that I was reading Infernal Devices instead, I'm not gonna lie. So I am gonna try to finish at least the first story still. I think this might be a book that I pick up every once in a while. Since it's a bunch of novellas, I just don't feel like I have to commit to something. Like I can still read a little bit every once in a while and eventually we'll finish it. I think this is what we're gonna end up doing with this one. It's not that it's bad, it's just not really gripping me right now. And honestly, like I've been kind of thinking a lot about the Infernal Devices and I kind of think I'm gonna get them. The thing is, the whole point of this challenge was to get through my physical TBR and lower the amount of books that I own that I had not read yet. But last weekend, I did a massive unhaul. Like I unhauled so many books. And so I feel like I kind of achieved that in some capacity. So I can get those books, you know? And I'm trying not to see this as a way that I'm justifying myself, but it also kind of feels like I am. Like I'm bending the rules just so that it's easier for me. But also like reading is meant to be enjoyed. And I don't want to take away that joy with trying to read other things. And those things won't hit the same. Because the thing is, there's so many books that I own that I'm sure I would love if I picked them up at the right time. But if I try to read them just because I need to be reading something that isn't Shadowhunter books because I don't have access to those, I just think this is not giving these books a fair shot, you know? So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm a little conflicted over it. And like, could I just try to find them at my local library or maybe even in a used bookstore or something? Sure. But the thing is, I really want to own these books because I've read them before. It's not like I'm reading them for the very first time. And so I really want to collect them. And so I might as well just get them, right? But yeah, anyway, I feel like it's me just trying to like not give in into my urge and, you know, try to fix this in another capacity. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think I might end up caving in. Guess we'll see. I'll give it some time. I think maybe I just need to go to bed and tomorrow I'll feel better about it. But yeah, I low-key just want to buy that right now, like this entire trilogy, and just get it so that I can finally get into that. Anyway, I've also been looking at potential apartments because as you guys know, my living situation is just not ideal. And let's just say that it has made me not want to move. I really have it good here. And the only thing about this apartment that is, I guess, not ideal is its location, right? But I knew that when I got this new job, I would have to move. And so let's just say that right now I'm kind of second guessing a lot of my decisions. I love my apartment and I really wish that I could just take this and move it to my hometown, you know, where I will be building a new life. But at the same time, I think maybe I'm ready to, you know, get into a new space. But there's a lot to consider. Let's just say that it has put me in a not so great mood because now I feel like I have to fix something, which is my life. But at the same time, I won't be able to find like an apartment in a day. It's just not how that works. So yeah, I'm gonna try to distract myself a bit by getting my reading done because that's the only tasks for today that I have yet to do. So we're gonna read at least a chapter of this novella, but ideally I'd love to finish it. I know I said that yesterday, but I was really tired. But now, because I didn't do anything productive with my day, I feel like I probably have the energy to just finish this. I only have 4 chapters left to read of this novella, so I'm gonna try to finish that. Maybe it'll make me want to read the rest too. Maybe I'll be more into it as I read more. Good morning. It's currently 8:04 a.m. I've been up for about 2 hours. Honestly, I'm not sure what's up with me. I've been waking up regularly at 6 a.m. now, even when I don't put an alarm. I feel like maybe my body's finally catching up to that. Even though I went to bed at like 11:30, I am still up at 6, so it's fine. But anyway, I've been relaxing in bed all morning. I've had my breakfast, I've watched some YouTube videos, but now I am ready to get the day started, and I think we're gonna start with movement. I was initially gonna go for an outdoor walk like right as I woke up, but it was already super warm outside and I was not about about to brave this heat. So I think instead I'm gonna do a Get Fit with Rick video. I haven't done one of these in a while and they always put me in such a great mood. So I am gonna start with that. And then we have a few items that I would love to cross off my list today. First is laundry. I am a little bit behind, so I do need to get started on that. Two, I need to edit my YouTube video. I'm already started. It's not that bad, but I would love to wrap it up today because it needs to go up tomorrow. Three, I need to tidy up my apartment. I already did a little bit of tidying yesterday, but my apartment still feels messy. And whenever it looks messy, I also not feel the greatest mentally. So I do need to put that as a priority. And then I guess four would be reading. I think today I want to do a summer romance, like rom-com kind of reading day. I think that's what I'm in the mood for. I have finished the first story in The Assassin's Blade yesterday. I'm glad that I finished that. And I was starting to get more into it as I progressed. But I think I still want to put that on the back burner for now and maybe dive into a romance. It's been a while since I've read like a rom-com kind of romance. So that's what I'm in the mood for. If it's still kind of decent outside, I can go maybe read on my patio. And I don't know, I just feel like it might be a vibe. This is kind of the idea that I have in mind for today. I do need to be a little bit more productive than I was yesterday. I think I kind of need that. I didn't have the best night's sleep, and I think it's because I didn't do much yesterday, so I wasn't feeling tired when it was time for me to go to bed. But today that changes.
3, 2, 1, let's go round. 1, 2, 1, 2. We have so much fun. I'll explain the workout as we go on, but all you need to is simply 2 skies, 2 sides, boom. Let's go. 2.
Thank you so much. Take your hand down here. Give yourself a massive round of applause.
I just finished my first water of the day. I'm now on to water number 2. Taking a quick little break from editing so that I can have lunch. So I made myself the exact same salad as yesterday. So great news. I did end up finishing video number 1, but I did film 2 videos last week. So if I don't want to get too behind, I would ideally need to start editing the second vlog already. But here's the thing. I don't want to spend the entire day inside staring at a screen. I kind of want to make the most out of this weather and try to go outside for a bit. So what I'm going to do, I think first I need to tidy up this kitchen. I'm not sure if you can really tell what the situation is like right now, but it is a chaotic mess in here. And even like my living room and my bedroom, those are messy. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of a productivity sprint where I just try to tidy up at the very least on the surface. It doesn't have to be a deep clean, but if at the very least everything looks tidy, I think I'll feel better mentally. And then I might get started a little bit on the editing that I need to do for the second video, but I want to make sure that I'm spending at least 1 hour, or it doesn't have to be a full hour, but I would like to spend at least a chunk of time outside reading. And I think I want to start One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. So I want to reward myself with a little bit of reading outside, maybe with a fun drink, just romanticize the experience. But first, we need to get stuff done. It's now a little bit later. I've been spending my afternoon editing, but I did also manage to get some reading done outside on my patio. I started reading One Golden Summer, and I can already tell you that I am fully enjoying it. I have a feeling it might be a 5-star read, and I love when that happens. But anyway, it's time for me to prep dinner, and I'm finally going to get around to making that steak. I also got some asparagus, and I have some potatoes here that I hope are still good that I can make with this, and I am very excited, but also a little scared because I've never cooked this before, so I feel like I could mess up. But you know what? I do have alternate plans if that doesn't work out, but we're gonna try to make something work, and let's hope for the best. call me a chef because this looks insanely good.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, I go. Did your locker was really from? Excuse me? Oh my God, there it is! There it is! Come on, drop the check.
Man.